A very fresh good morning to all. I hope you all are doing very well and you all are safe. Welcome to the class of chemistry, and I am your chemistry teacher Ayushi Sharma. Today, again I have come with my new video on the new topic. But before that, let me remind you one more time, don't forget to like my video and you please click on the bell button for further notification. And if you have not subscribed my channel, so go for it and subscribe my channel. Before moving further, let's take one example. Suppose today I am going to prepare a cake for 4 members. I am having all the ingredients with me, but I need to check that which ingredient will be added in how much amount so that our cake will be delicious. But if I will alter the ratio of any ingredient, it will affect the taste of my cake. In the same way, to form any compound, the same type of elements are always present in the same amount or percentage by their mass. So, this is our second law of definite proportion, which is given by the scientist Joseph Proust in 1799. He analyzed that in a particular compound the same type of elements are present, and even the percentage or the proportion of all the elements which are present in a compound is always fixed or constant. According to this law of constant proportion, a chemical compound always have the same type of elements which combine together in the same proportion by their mass. This law means that whatever be the source from which the compound is produced or prepared, it is always made up of same type of elements which are combining together in a same percentage by their mass. Let's see the example of the compound water. Water is a compound which always contains two elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen. And even the number of atoms of hydrogen and oxygen are always same. 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen always combine together in the same ratio, that is 1:8 by their mass. Even you can see from the slide, if 9 gram of water is decomposed, what we get? Yes, we get 1 gram of hydrogen and 8 grams of oxygen. Let me give you another example for the same compound. As we know that according to the law of definite or constant proportion, hydrogen and oxygen are always combined in the same ratio by their mass, that is 1:8. Now suppose if we want to form a water compound and if we are taking 3 grams of hydrogen, so how much mass of oxygen gas would be required to react completely with the 3 grams of hydrogen? That is 24 grams. Here if you can see 3:24, the final ratio would come 1:8. Let us understand this law of definite proportion with the help of upcoming video.
We concluded the previous video by understanding the first law of chemical combination. Now we need to take a look at the second law, which is called the law of constant proportions or the law of definite proportions. They're the same thing. The law was first put forth in the year 1797 by a French chemist called Joseph Proust, and hence is also referred to as the Proust's law. What does the law state? The law states that in a chemical substance, elements are always in a fixed proportion by mass. Now what does this mean? It's not straightforward to comprehend this statement at the first glance. Remember the example of chocolate milk that we considered while studying the first law? In that example, we saw that when we have to make double or triple the amount of chocolate milk, all we have to do is use the proportionate amount of the individual ingredients. Wait, did I say proportionate amount? What does that mean? It means that when we have to make the drink for 10 people instead of 5, we just have to take double the amount of ingredients, right? Anything more or less would result in change of taste. Similarly, in any chemical substance, the elements present are always in a fixed proportion by mass. So let us take the example of elements A and B giving us the compound C. Now, if we observe just one single unit of the compound C, then we can notice that it has 2 atoms of element A and 3 atoms of element B. Is it true for all the units making up the compound C? Yes. It means that even if one atom from any of these units is removed or added, then it can no longer be called compound C. It will change to something different. So if the number of atoms is fixed, then the mass will also be constant, right? Absolutely. The best example to study this is that of ammonia. If we decompose ammonia by any means, say by extreme heat or some other way, then we get the nitrogen and hydrogen atoms in the same proportions by mass. So let's say we take 17 grams of ammonia. If we decompose it, then we will get 14 grams of nitrogen and 3 grams of hydrogen. So can we say nitrogen and hydrogen are present in ammonia in a constant ratio of 14 to 3? Even if we decompose ammonia in any other way, the ratio of nitrogen to hydrogen in the compound will always be the same, 14 to 3. Yes, and this is seen in all the compounds existing naturally or even artificially. But when these laws were put forth in the form of theories, proving them was quite a concern. All these explanations that we know now are due to experiments performed for many decades. Several scientists came up with many experiments and explanations.
So, I hope you have understood today's topic, that is the law of constant proportion or the law of definite proportion, which state that in any compound the elements are always combined together in the fixed ratio by their mass. So go for these questions and do it in your registers. For any further query, you please write down in the comment box and you can ask in the online session. Thank you and have a nice day.